Hi, welcome back to Coast Knits. Today we have sort of a different type of video for you guys. I'm back home on the central coast of California in San Luis Obispo, and I thought I'd take you around to all my local yarn shops in the area so you can kind of see what's available and just take a tour with me. There's a few that I haven't been to, and of course I'll take you to my favorites. Currently there was 5 yarn stores within San Luis Obispo County. Now I will be going to 3 of those because 2 of them are temporarily closed. So the first yarn store is Old Orcutt Yarnery, and that's in Orcutt, California. It's a little far south. It's actually in Santa Barbara County, but I have to head that way anyways to pick up a cake for my sister's graduation. The other 2 yarn shops are Ball and Skien and Morro in Cambria, California. And my local favorite is the Morro Bay Yarn Shop in Morro Bay, California. Now I'll just be doing this video solo today. Cece is currently still back in Virginia, just working on her dissertation, and she'll be posting a video about her whip palooza where she's trying to finish all her whips before she moves out. So we'll both be sending you videos from our coast to coast adventures over the summer. Thank you so much for joining in our channel, and I can't wait to take you to the first yarn store. I have a few goals for my yarn shop tour that I'm doing. I don't have a ton of spending money right now, but I do need sock blockers. I was hoping to get them in a smaller size just because a lot of the ones run a little big for my feet and they end up stretching the socks that I make a little bit. So I would love sock blockers. I don't have a lot of yarn acquisition goals, but I do love stitch stoppers. I'm always looking for a sock yarn, so if there is something local from a local dyer, I'm really interested in that. I've bought a lot of sock yarns from local dyers in the area, so I'm pretty familiar with what is available. And then other than that, I have no major goals. I'm just looking to see some of the shops, especially this one I haven't been to. The rest of the ones I'll be showing you I have gone to, but this one is new for me, and so I'm excited to check it out. Okay, so I just got back out of Old Orcutt Yarnery. It was the cutest shop. I've always wanted to come here. The community and everyone in there was so nice. So they had just opened when I drove up, and the store was already full of people knitting, getting help. There was a group of older women having a little knit night or knit day group. A ton of people were asking questions. I loved that it was really busy as a shopper with social anxiety. And then also just everyone was so nice. I was able to talk projects with a few people, and I'm just so glad I was able to go. So I guess I'll show you my haul. And so I got a little bag. I wasn't meaning to get this, but I couldn't help but support their own private yarn label. So this is from Old Orcutt Yarnery. I'm wondering if it'll, Okay, so this is hand-dyed yarn, and it's the colorway Tide Pool. And this is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's about 100 grams, 354 meters, which is 387 yards. I love this colorway. I've been really into a teal lately, ever since I saw this like Pinterest post with a teal sweater. So I'm really excited to have some sock yarn. I also got a free sticker for my purchase, which is of their logo. I wonder if it'll, cool. And then my favorite purchase were, so for myself, they have these recycled glass buttons. They were super affordable, $3 a piece. I love buttons, as you may be starting to learn on this channel, but they are beautiful. This is in the color aquamarine. I just couldn't get over how gorgeous. I love the recycled glass feel. And for a gift for our other Coast to Coast yarn member, Cece, I got her in the color peach. I got her some recycled buttons as well. These totally fit the type of colorway that she's into, so hopefully she can just enjoy looking at them, or she could, let me figure out how to, or she could figure out how to use them in a project. I just couldn't help. They were super affordable, so no one tell Cece. Hopefully by the time I post this, I'm already home. But I loved visiting there. That was such a treat. And so now I'm actually on my way to pick up a graduation cake for my sister, which is why I was able to go all this way. I already had to be down south anyways. And then after that, I'll be taking my dog to the beach and hopefully be taking you to at least one of the other yarn stores, which is probably my favorite in the whole county. It's called Morro Yarn Shop. It's newly opened. It's owned and operated by like very young knitters, which I love as well. I think it's really fresh to see a store open and curated by someone who's closer in age to me. I love that yarn shop. I may not be able to go in there depending on how my dog's acting, but I'm very excited to take you with me for the next shop. Okay, so I'm back from the Morro Bay wool shop. I did get a little something there, if you can see the sneak peek. So I finally found some small sock blockers. These are from Bry Spun. They're stainless steel. And then I got myself one of these. It's the Tuft. Let's see if it'll focus. It's lanolin hand and body balm. It is in the smell tomato vine. It smells really, really good. I'm excited to try it. I saw that another Central Coast yarn podcaster, Hannah Olivia Way, she has one of these and she spoke great things about it, so I decided to support my local yarn business. And I'm back from the beach with the dog, and yeah, so I'll take you on our next adventure to the next yarn shop, probably another day. Okay, Welcome back. So today I will be going to the last yarn shop in the area, which is Ball & Skien and More in Cambria, California. I'm just about to head out to my grandmother's house to take her with me for the day. We really love to eat down there and go to all the shops, so I'm excited to take her along. This yarn store is probably my most visited. It's the first yarn store I ever went to as a fiber artist and in my area, so I'm really excited to show you guys around. Okay, so I just got back from the outing and I did get a little bit of something from Ball & Skien and More. This is actually a yarn that I've used before. This is from Smerligan's Fiber Arts. This, I saw this when I was at the Orcutt store, and this one is called Sunrise at Montana de Oro. So this is a sock yarn. It is beautiful. Usually I've used her hummingbird colorway, which I'll show a pair of socks that I did with that here. And this is what, 25% nylon and 45% superwash merino, 437 yards. I'm in love with this colorway. I think it's a perfect representation of Montana de Oro in a really beautiful way. And then I also got myself a little travel wool wash. See if it'll focus. This is usually the wool wash that I end up, but I've never done the eucalyptus smell, and I like to keep something here for blocking projects that's not my large one at home. I don't want to travel with it. I do want to try the soak wool wash, but for now I'll be using this. And that's all I got at Ball & Skien and More. And I hope you really enjoyed this overall tour of some of the local yarn shops in the Central Coast. If you're looking to travel in California, this is really a beautiful area to do it. It's a little bit smaller, a little less touristy. I grew up here my whole life, and there's a really warm group of fiber artists here. So let me know in the comments if you've been to any of these stores and what your favorite local yarn shop is where you are.